Kids Resort is officially open in Frisco, Texas, and we were some of the lucky ones that got to be there on opening day. We have lots of thoughts as parents, and we have a lot of opinions, both good and bad. This resort is very controversial. We've seen a lot of discourse online, and so we're gonna get into our first topic right now.
Okay, so upon driving into the hotel, it is very vibrant in colors. Kids loved it. They were excited to see it, and it very much speaks to children. Upon entering the room, my first initial thoughts were, it's nice. It's very nice. Very vibrant, very colorful. They had the nice bunk beds. We had a nice big king-size bed, would you say? I'd say it's king.
I think it was a king.
It's about I'd say it's a king. Pillows are great. I've been in a lot of hotels. Pillows, like, usually just paper. No, these pillows actually held up, and they were really nice. The room had everything that we could need just to basically stay the night, because it was a single night. It doesn't come with anything like a coffee maker. It doesn't come with, a microwave, which would be nice.
The mini fridge is mini too. Like, you know how you have your standard mini fridges? This was like the size of a Disney beverage cooler.
Yeah,
but a mini
smaller.
Fridge. I think it's the same size.
You think so?
The only difference is the front of it. If you wanted to make a longer trip of this, you totally could, because there's plenty of space. In terms of food options at the actual hotel, your only on-site is Curiosity Cafe. It's really beautifully themed, tons of seating. It's actually really nice. I loved the blue, like, gradient ombre wall in the back. Very pretty. The pizza, I was expecting more. And honestly, you can get better pizza in the actual theme park. We had the short rib pizza, and then our kids had the cheese.
I had the chicken, I think it was the chicken club sandwich is what it was called. Very good. The cheese had that, like, plastic kind of look, like film, you know what I mean? Like the old school cafeteria pizzas.
Speaking of Curiosity Cafe, we did purchase our souvenir cups there. The base price for just one of these, they're beautiful cups, first of all. For one of these, it's $25, which is pretty standard across refillable cups. They did have a deal where if you bought 3, they were $15.99 each. However, main gripe, and this is a con, if you want to refill it the next day, it's $14.
It's an additional charge. I
don't like that.
No.
I really don't like that. I just feel like once you purchase it, it should be for the duration of your stay. That's how a lot of places operate. Even Six Flags, if you buy their seasonal cup, you can use it throughout the season.
But what they didn't say was this was only until 1:59 a.m.
And I heard a different thing because I asked another team member. She said midnight.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I will say where Universal is really winning is they do have the freestyle machines all throughout the park, which was a game changer.
Tons of freestyle machines.
Disney doesn't do that. Disney's kind of our foundation that we go with because that's where we've been. We've never been to a Universal park. It was wonderful being able to refill in the parks where the actual sun was beating on us. Let's talk team members though, because I was so impressed with how friendly everyone was, given that the vibes of the grand opening were there. Everybody was like just really happy and excited to finally see this open to the public. I did not have one bad interaction.
You got a lot of compliments too for your hair. We got a lot of compliments as a family.
It made you feel good. It made you feel very welcome. I think that's how everywhere should be. Any type of service.
Speaking of the interactions with the team members, I had a very good one with one of the ladies that do the little water gun concession thing. She wanted to demonstrate how the game works, and so we sat down together and we did the whole little water gun thing, like shot the target. So
that's very kind.
I think we got footage of it. The team members were really great.
So a big concern at this theme park is the lack of shade. And honestly, that was one of my fears too. We brought the fans, we had water on deck, everything. The first day I didn't feel that. I was like, what are they talking about? Like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. The second day we did end up leaving early at noon because it was just, the heat was intense. I kind of feel like we felt a similar degree of that intensity when we went to Disney in August a couple years ago. For the most part, all of the dining and sitting places were shaded. They had umbrellas. It's just those main walkways that are killer. But to piggyback off of that, there are tons of water features. There's like a splash pad in every single land. Mm-hmm. There's water rides, easy ways that you can cool down. There's misters.
We're going to talk about the rides now. Because there's no shade, they're not covered. And so our first ride that we went on when it first opened, it was a SpongeBob ride. And it was one of the ones that you can fly up. The seats were very hot. The operator actually asked me, like, hey, are the seats okay? And I was confused. I was like, what do you mean? He asked me to touch the seat, and I touched the seat with my bare hand, and yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of hot. Will it burn you? You know, potentially. It's a potential hazard for sure, but it was still early in the day.
I do also want to note that our 3-year-old, upon sitting on one of the chairs, he did mention to me that it was hot.
Yeah.
Like too hot.
Very hot.
And like I had to put my hands underneath his legs, and because I'm a woman, my shorts are shorter, it didn't leave a mark, but it was burning the backs of my thighs.
I'm not gonna lie, my butt was burning. And I have full shorts on, full length shorts, and I'm sitting there, and my butt is literally like on fire. We heard that the reason why Universal Kids does not have any sort of like awnings or the canopies that go over rides and queues is because the city of Frisco will not allow them. So Frisco, what the heck?
Yikes. And again, this is allegedly, we heard this from a team member. I'm just curious why.
Yeah.
That's very odd to me.
And they have trees, but it's going to take 30 years for these trees to mature to be able to actually provide cover, because there's a lot of trees.
But since we're on the topic of rides, I wanted to talk about their loading and unloading process. Unloading wasn't too bad. However, loading sometimes felt like it took forever. And this was across multiple lands on multiple rides. I do give grace though, because it was opening day.
Let's talk about the queues. The queues remind me a lot of Six Flags.
Yes.
They're not themed. They don't have anything going on. It's just a gigantic snake for, I don't know how many people they're expecting at this park. If
they're big though.
They're huge, like excessively huge. And I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, none of the rides are worth waiting in line for. So if I were to go there and I saw the queue was like 100-minute wait for the Jurassic World coaster, I'm not going, because that coaster is like 15 seconds. Some of them are shaded, some of them are not.
But I will say all of the queues do have fans in them. We were not baking out in the sun in any of the queues, because another thing that we heard is that allegedly capacity was cut. They weren't at full capacity the first few days of opening, which was wonderful to us.
Yeah.
We loved it. I loved it. It did not feel crowded at all that first day. It was wonderful. However, it did get noticeably more crowded the second day, July 2nd. We have the 4th of July weekend coming up at the time of recording this, and I'm really curious to know just what everyone's experience is going to be.
If you got kids that are probably over the age of 5, this is perfect for them because they can kind of deal with it a little bit more. But for the little ones, which we do have 2 younger ones, unless you're going to be at the splash pad all day or the pool, the park is probably not going to be the best thing for you to do. Waiting in queues is not going to be the best thing for you to do.
One major thing that I think everyone needs to remember is this park is for ages 3 to 8. Universal has stated this, and even though Universal's name is on it, Universal Kids and Big Kids Resort, this isn't for adults. You know, and that's in the name, and they have made sure to state that from the beginning. Our kids are ages 1 to 7, and we have 4 of them. They wanted to ride Bello Bay Cruise over and over and over again. They wanted to ride the SpongeBob rides. I don't think as a kid you realize how short the rides are, because it's just fun, you know? You're soaking up the fun, you're soaking up the colors. Our oldest, he wasn't even there. He was not with us. He was immersed.
As an adult, what I didn't enjoy was just the lack of theming. That's it. But again, that's just my personal thing. I'm not here for me. I'm here for my kids. And my kids had a blast. The ride operators were, because the crowds were so low, like, hey, do you guys just want to ride again? We could just send you guys again. And we did that a couple times with some of the rides. So they were just in heaven. They did have a lot of drinks. I will say that. Throughout the park, they have actual drinks, like
you can get
drink carts, alcoholic beverages.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are interested in this park because, again, Universal's name is on it. Those are most likely the people that have been to Universal Orlando or Universal Studios Hollywood. I've never been, so it's really hard to tell you how similar this is, because I know those parks have kid areas. They do have like a Trolls area and a Shrek area. Based off of videos I've seen though, the coasts do it better. It's not cardboard cutouts, and I'm not saying it's literally cardboard, but it looks like it. I think that's where, kind of like Antonio was saying, it wasn't really themed. Like, they could have done more. They totally could have done more, and I hope they add to the theming. I also did hear that this opening was rushed. For a dinosaur roller coaster, where are the dinosaurs? You know? There's stories to these rides, but the execution of actually telling the story and immersing you into what's going on is not there, and I think is lacking, aside from just the name and the ride vehicle. I don't know if we have the same opinion, but would you go again?
For me, it's a one and done. It's a 3-hour drive, and
for us, yes.
I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of pricey for just a day and a half.
We paid upwards of about $950 something to stay in a family suite overnight, and for each of us to have park tickets. I think our youngest was free.
On top of that, with that price, the price for parking, the price for having refillable drinks that are only good per day, I'm not okay with that as the dad who's got to pay for these things. I want the best bang for my buck.
In my opinion, I wish they included park admission with the price of staying at the hotel. That's similar to what Kalahari does. I think that would make the price justifiable. I'm kind of on the same page with Antonio. I don't feel the need to go back unless something big happens, or my younger two can ride all of the rides as well, because our baby, unfortunately, only being one, couldn't go on like any ride. They do have parent rider swap, but when one parent has to sit out in the heat, it kills the vibe, it kills the mood. I also don't think that you should fly out to this park.
No, don't.
It's definitely, if you're local, even if you're in Texas, I think it's worth it to go see it, give it a try.
For sure.
But if you're coming from out of state and you're especially expecting it to be similar to Universal Orlando, it's not. I say that confidently as someone that hasn't even been.
I would take that money. I would go somewhere else. You could definitely have a better experience, obviously, at Disney, or go on a cruise, go to a Kalahari resort if you're near one. I would say Kalahari is worth more flying into. Like, if you had to fly into Round Rock to go to the Kalahari, like, do that.
Overall, though, I have to say, we did have a good time. Did we feel like we got our money's worth? No.
No.
Those are our thoughts and opinions. We'll always give you real and raw over here on this channel on how we felt things were for us and our family. It matters for you as well. You're the one spending money on it, and I think everyone deserves to have a good time. I don't think you should be miserable for the sake of going to a kid's place. I think that's really important for everybody in the family.
Because if you're not having a good time, you're not going to give the best experience to your kids. So you want to be at your best so that your kids can have the best experience. That concludes our video. So I hope you guys liked the video, subscribe, and be sure to follow us, because we're going to be doing a lot more theme park and other different vacation spots as a family. We'll give you our real honest opinions on everything, and we'll never lie.
Thanks for visiting the park, Parent Vibe.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Bye.